Looks.
Alright.
Bam. Alright. Should be starting up now, and we should be live. Hey. We get off my YouTube analytics, and then I'll just have you tell me how it sounds. I got a new mic. I don't know if you can tell.
Power off.
And my speaker.
Sounds good.
Tight. Yeah. Like before, I was going through everything to try to make this freaking speaker work, but I guess I found my magic. But how's it look like on YouTube? Should turn my volume down. Got another.
Did you go live?
Yeah, I should be live right now.
Oh, okay. That's it.
I guess I found my magic.
Yeah.
But how's it look like on YouTube? Should turn my volume down. Got another.
Did you go live?
Oh shit! Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So I can hear you. I can hear me.
I thought I subscribed to you. Oh man, unless it was on one of my other accounts.
Shame. Thought we had trust, man.
No, I think I was on my regular.
Your burner account.
Yeah.
I feels you. It when you were listening to it, was my audio too loud? I feel like I'm like blaring out right now.
No, it was fine. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, man. This is the glory that I've been working on for the past couple days. Got your streams picture is as good as I could. Now we can talk about whatever you wanted to, what spawned this idea.
Well, we'll get to that at like the end.
Oh,
but I guess for now we can just
What?
What's the title of the stream actually?
It's Kyoshiro versus Queen, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. We should just put like One Piece discussion. One Piece 935 discussion. Was it 935 or 936?
It's 9:35. I guess I can change it afterwards. I don't know how. Oh, I think I can change it right now. Just go to that. So One Piece discussion: Kyoshiro versus Queen. Yeah. On what's it called? On Discord, we had a few guys saying it was gonna come through. I know Mochi said he was gonna make his way over here, but he may not be able to. But he never got back to me on that. And then I think I can't remember his name. I just remember got a Zoro picture that he was supposed to pop through. But it's just us for right now. How did you exactly want this to go? I don't want to step on any toes. If you had anything planned already.
So I was thought like we could let me pull it up on the computer so my phone should be easier.
All right, getting all professional. Bam. Where? Oh, there it is. It's preview. See how that's looking. Yeah, planned already. So I was like, look at that. Magical. Alright, so cut that off. Just feels good, man. I didn't foresee myself successfully wrangling in OBS the way I did, but
that's pretty good.
Making dreams happen in these streets. And it's funny because I would have thought the Beats headphones would have like won out, like their Beats. Of course, it would be better, but that was not the case at all. Like these regular PlayStation headphones, magical. I need Turtle Beach. Yeah. Like I would be thinking I need these fancy headphones, so I got two wireless sets, and I got like a whole bunch of wired like PlayStation, Xbox headsets. And I was like, let me try them. Of course, I'm an Xbox guy, so I was Xboxing it up for a minute. But then I was like, all right, let me give PS3 a chance. and it actually worked. It's crazy. Or PS4 rather. And you're like a PS4 aficionado, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I mean, like, are you Dark Souls level where you like ending people in Dark Souls, or you just like kind of
Uh,
surface level big
I've
AAA
actually,
titles?
I've actually never played a Dark Souls game.
You never dipped your toe in the Dark Souls? That is wild. Like nothing from like From Software, like
Well, actually,
Bloodborne or nothing.
I've actually played Bloodborne, but I never finished it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So
Yeah,
you basically play baby Dark Souls because that's how I see
yeah,
it. Like it's not as demanding as Dark Souls, but speaking of From Software, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Are you excited for
yes.
that shit?
I am excited
That's
for
what I'm
that. It
talking
looks
about.
amazing. And I actually have a video game channel. I don't know if you know, but like
I
this
did
looks so
not. We need to
yeah,
hop on
because
that.
like today I went over to my friends because it's basically a joint channel with me and him where we play and we were playing Devil May Cry.
Oh, the DMC5. Y'all in
Yeah,
there?
yep.
That's what
I'm
I'm
actually
talking
gonna
about.
upload a video today. That's probably what we're doing while we're doing this live stream.
Nice. We're gonna have to I know there's a couple of like games that you can play together. We're gonna have to hop on
Yeah,
one of them one time because me and my girl played what's the game called? Get Out, not Get Out, but Way Out or something like that. What
a
was it?
way out. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we played that. That shit that was entertaining. We entertained ourselves watching that. Like well, playing that. So we should play something like that. Or have you ever played like Army of Two, that old
no,
game? Damn, yeah, it was like these two guys, and they're basically going to like mess up the Mexican cartel, I think it was. And you get these like helmet shield things, and you
yeah.
just go into places and wreck shit. Like no matter how many people against you, you can go back to back, twirl under each other, shoot. It's crazy. Yeah.
I love multiplayer games like that. Like you ever know? Have you ever played like Fuse?
Thieves,
I'm like Fuse.
Fuse, no.
No, it was basically like a four-player game where like each like you get to this science lab and then they have like unique weapons. Um, one of the guns can like shoot like use like black holes and stuff. Another one's like a shield that can like basically disintegrate people. Another one has is like I don't know, like creates like rocks and stuff like that.
Right.
Or like, and another one's just like I guess for healing and do stuff like that.
It sounds like a kind of like a basic uh role playing RPG where you can play with your friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was from actually where was who made that game? I should remember.
Look at
Mm,
you being a disappointment.
yep, you know it.
This is my life.
Yep, exactly.
Yo, man. So we're here in this stream, and I need either we can talk about one like a topic I just pulled from my ass, or we can go with your well organized list. I'm sure you have of things you want to talk about.
Well, I just want to talk. We could just go to the chapter real quick. I don't know if you
Okay.
want. Do you have it open or not?
You know I'm ready with the chapter, fam.
Okay. All right. So
Always. So
start off.
we starting from
On
page
page.
one, or like the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
Oh snap. Okay. So it was like a quick review.
Just going through it real quick. We can make any comments on it.
Tight, tight.
You have the Viz one or
Nah, I'm not a Viz head.
oh I mean you don't have
Sadly.
to pay for it though. It's free now.
Oh, I forgot about that. My stupid
Yeah.
ass. Let me go to Viz. Shit.
Because you will see some of the stuff is changed with yeah.
Right. Of course, they got Naruto on top because he's so prevalent right now.
Fuck Naruto.
Why do you hate Naruto so much? Like I
No,
don't
I don't hate
understand.
Naruto.
You're trying to put him at the bottom of the top 30 list, so you feel something
Yeah.
toward him, and it's not love.
Uh, So it's a love hate relationship with Naruto.
All I see is hate. Please show me some kind of love.
there's some love with Naruto. Once in a blue moon.
Every now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm on Viz and I'm trying to read it. How do you, how do you engage the manga?
So you click on Shonen Jump, right?
Yeah, I'm on the
And
One
then
Piece page, but I
oh
just don't see where the actual, you know.
oh no, so wait, click on Shonen Jump, right?
Okay,
And then you see how it says latest free chapters.
I see a bunch of videos. Like first
You
thing
click on
popped. Yeah, I clicked on Shonen Jump because it was right below the picture of like a Luffy, like the whole crew, and it's action adventure fantasy right next to it.
when you click on Shonen Jump.
Actually, we have the power of goddamn screen share. Let me do that. Actually, fuck. For some, I don't know. This one doesn't do screen share. It's weird, or I don't know how to do it. That's probably. Yep, yep. There it is. Can you see my screen? Oh Jesus. No, just the window.
No, I do not.
Hold on. Share right now. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the stream or anything.
Uh,
I'd be really upset if it does. If it just looks weird now, but I'm not. I'm not gonna look.
is that your Mac? Of course,
Yeah, let me.
Apple
What?
Apple has to be special and annoying.
What?
Um,
Okay.
click on menu.
All right.
Go to Shonen Jump.
Where? Oh
It's,
shit! I didn't know that was
it's pretty
clickable.
huge.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone. Is
Alright.
it this
You
one?
see One Piece right there?
Yo, see, I'm back here. Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
hurt.
okay. But now you can click on that one.
That's
Okay.
fire. Might as well follow it. Might as well get out of this. Alright, so on the Viz, I don't actually think I can show this, so let me get.
Well, it's not popping up on the stream, so don't worry.
Oh, it's not dope.
No.
Okay,
But
so
actually,
are you
just see.
checking the stream? Oh, I can
Yeah,
see it
I
in
have it
my
open.
picture. Like my picture should be the chapter. You see it? Cause I see it.
Yeah,
See?
but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess just in case. I
Try-
mean, it's really, really small though, so.
Yeah.
But just in case, you don't want no problems.
I don't want no goddamn smoke. Cause these
Right.
people,
Take down the stream after 1 second.
bro, I'm telling you, like well, I'm not nowhere near popular as Brago, but shit,
Right.
maybe they hawking. Yo, I
Right.
can't. I'm trying to get this. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right, so chapter one. I mean, page one. Are we starting off with this
Page
cover
one.
page or?
No, I
Thank
don't
you.
care about that.
You're not a cover page person. I'm all about it. At least double pages. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm like
Alright.
in a new place. All right, lead us, maestro.
Welcome to the Viz.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, page one, we start off with another headliner being introduced.
Oh yeah, and it's a girl this time.
Yep, exactly. And she's a spider. Well, like, she's a monkey, but
She's
she's like a spider monkey. In my
yeah,
opinion.
she's a spider monkey. So it's like,
Right.
all right, so we've had a scorpion guy and we've had a spider monkey girl.
Yeah.
Not necessarily insects, especially her since she's a monkey. Do you think
Yeah.
now Queen kind of ruling over the prison? Do you think his fruit has something to do with insects now?
I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people have been theorizing that he's a scorpion.
Yeah.
And then I was watching King of Lightning's thing, and I think he said something about a spider. Like he said he doesn't want it to be a spider. So I'm assuming some people have theorized that it was a spider.
I think they're going more along the lines of like multi-legged creature, and any time that comes to mind is always spider or scorpion to a lesser extent, or like a maybe even a crab or a centipede, something like that. I don't think many people would be thrilled if it was like ancient centipede zone. So yeah, so it'd be like, well, if they made it fire, like Oda pretty much can. He can make a lot of things really good, or he can
Yeah.
make them more than a joke. Like he can make some stuff really terrible, like the jacket fruit.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? That's the most OP devil fruit in One Piece.
Exactly, for someone else, not you. Just someone else. It's some OP stuff, but for you, it's absolutely it's almost as useless as we thought Brooks fruit was. Like when you get a devil fruit, being able to come back twice is a cool thing, but you don't get anything else after that. It's just like a save your life fruit. So it's almost useless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But ever since he got his soul powers, he's definitely grown in my eyes. So he's nowhere near the jacket fruit. This headliner though is pretty do all right, so do you think she's gonna be coming to play at all, or do you think she's just a cool design? Like, is she gonna actually
Uh,
be someone to contend against? Is she top
listen,
six? Do you
she
think she's
is
top six?
top. She is top 1,000. All
Oh my
right,
gosh,
on this
fodder
headliner
tier.
because we're gonna get to a point in the chapter where I want to say something about how weak these headliners are.
I actually want to say something about the structure of Kaido's crew once we get to the page. I think that's
That
in this.
that they're all trash.
Mayhaps, but let's get through this and we'll get to that when we get to that. So we
All
got
right. Well,
Solitaire, you know.
first of all, my problem is like she is going hard on this guy about this thief, asking like, "What were you guys doing?" But it's like, where have she been?
Exactly. Like it's like you.
Where were you when kid escaped? Like, huh? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's a big prison. She's probably had other people to torture, so it's not like she has to be around 24/7. But when you kind of employ somebody who's a terrible guard that can only walk sideways, it's you kind of have to
I
be
mean,
on him more.
right. I mean, oh man, I just wish Rise of stealing the keys was a little more of a serious thing.
Yeah, yeah, like singing it. Like I wish they would have did like a Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible type like
Exactly.
seriousness. Like
Like I wouldn't.
these guys should have been an obstacle for Rizzo. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I would not have minded just like an entire chapter, or half a chapter, just focusing on him trying to steal the keys from an opponent. That would have been interesting to see more about his powers and stuff like that.
But you know what we got instead? Frankie running around trying to find blueprints.
Right.
Foolish.
But I guess let's go. I mean, the next page is just first about him shouting and saying he's moving stealthily. I
It's
don't know how that's possible.
it's like it's like he's so fast. Him yelling is of no consequence because it's like his yell will be heard down the hall and he's already in the next room. So it's like they know someone's randomly yelling in the hall and they hear stuff, but they don't know what's going on. So
Right.
it's like they're disjointed and kind of caught off guard and stunned. So it's like we know something happened, and then the crab guy is telling the monkey user that someone got the keys, but no one else knows but them two right now.
Right.
So he's technically getting away with it. I, I I th-
And
I actually think there's a trend being set right now that Ninja and Wano are actually not trash, but they're not what Ninja's supposed to be. Like Shinobu's like afraid of knives and she'll scream in the middle of a like an undercover
yeah,
mission. Raizo
I
is
mean
yelling down the hallway as he's supposed to be
that's
a ninja.
that's classic Oda. Like
Yeah, that would be a
he
funny
hates
gag, like
someone
loud
trying to be
ninjas.
yeah, like because even before Riser was introduced, I'm pretty sure everyone was thinking he was gonna look so cool and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, just
And
like
he
they
introduced
thought
us to this like
Orochi. Just like Orochi's supposed
gig
to be a badass.
right. Like he introduced us to this like gigantic headed human being. I don't know how his body is supporting that head at all. Like
You know, be wild. What I just thought of. What if Raizo and Orochi's like related? Because they do have the
exactly.
same
I was
shape
thinking
head,
about
and they're
right. They
huge.
do.
That would
That
be
would be.
wild.
I would love. I mean, I don't know.
Like
Like
one became a
if
ninja,
it
one
went
became a
somewhere.
samurai.
Yeah, like if it went somewhere, like so, like they had some kind of relationship, like some. But I don't know if like that would be an interesting thing, honestly though.
Yeah, like that'd
Just
be
that
dope.
they'll add more depth to the characters, like more conflict, you know.
Exactly. Um, it would be interesting, but I don't know how it would tie together. I don't know how it it wasn't foreshadowed like in the slightest that they were related. That's the only thing that's like getting me. Like I feel like that's so way off the mark.
Like the gigantic heads are enough of a foreshadowing.
That is true, but their teeth are different. They don't act the same necessarily, and there's
Yeah,
no like phrase because usually when there's something like that, like family ties, there's like a phrase or something where you could pull on, but family resemblance is usually isn't relied on when like saying someone's related to someone else.
yeah,
Like you could kind of see how Roger looks like Ace, but before that you would have never been like, oh yeah, that's obviously his son. With this, it's
yeah.
like really obvious because but
But
it's
to
it's
be
not like
fair, did they really reveal Roger's face entirely to like Marine Ford War? I feel like.
no because in like the opening they had his face. Well, they had his like eyes covered, but we had
Yeah,
enough
exactly.
revealed though. We had enough revealed to see because the eyes don't
Yeah,
because his eyes don't look like Ace's eyes. Eyes has his like Ace has his mother's face, if anything. He just has his dad's temperament and kind of his hair. But he looks like
yeah,
his mom, you know?
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, when you really look at it, he looks like his mom and then he just acts like his
but I
dad.
thought, but I feel like just looking back on it now, I feel like I could tell a little bit of a resemblance. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, maybe. Oda did draw it like that, and that'll have to be a lot of detail to be like, all right, I'm gonna draw him realistically, like 50-50, Roger 50-50, his mom. That would be some next
mm.
level art and foreshadowing. But who knows?
So the next page, um, I always love when the narrator talks because then I'm like, oh man, this is getting serious.
Right.
Like when Kaido was falling down and Naruto's talking like, lay into your air.
But
Grandma
then
Kaido.
yeah, but he says quotes or things that we can point to
Yeah.
that can't be disputed and like can be used. This right here is not really anything. It's kind of weird, almost that this is going on. So it's like
Yeah,
either
but
either
like
either
for
the
some
game
reason
that
like when he
sorry, go ahead.
started it's like when it's just like well I'm just trying to say like when the narrative like I guess when the narrator starts talking it's just like oh stuff is about to get serious, you know?
Yeah, but then it like
Because like
doesn't, which
before
is basically I was trying to say like it doesn't because all Luffy does is kick him. It's not like Luffy was about to do some really cool move and then the
no no
scorpion
no
guy
no
catches his leg and like, all right, off with your leg or something, and then it has weight to
no
it.
yeah no when I said that it's about to get serious it's like the consequences of prison is finally gonna like kick in. It's like for
But how? Like against Luffy or someone else?
well, like not that they're actually gonna cut off his arms and stuff like that or execute him, but like at least like the attempt to, because it's like
Well, I mean,
it just feels like because there's been no like real like danger in this prison. Everyone like is like he's just happy go lucky in this prison right now.
and then that kind of changed after Luffy got blasted by the big guy, but at the same time, it's not like they're holding him down and is about to. As soon as Luffy, because Luffy woke back up from that and was thinking like, "Oh man, I can use my hockey now. I got to fight another
Yeah,
way." So it's not like
I know,
there is
but like
the
now
only
there's
way.
actually like
The only way I could
All Star Day,
see, yeah, like yeah, I was about to say like the only way I could see it being dangerous is if the game that Queen talked about had like had something to do with cutting off limbs or something like that, and Queen was able to enforce it. Like it's not, there's no weight to it if Queen can't back up all these things, or if someone's already been injured by it.
Yeah, but I mean that was like what I'm saying, like what I felt before I got to the rest of the chapter, when I read this, is like, oh yes, finally, like someone's gonna come and like
Yeah, like
at
on
least
this
at least and
page.
try and actually at least try and actually enforce the
Yeah,
rules because like the first time was like when him and Kid defeated that stupid hippo guy. It's like, oh well,
So
I guess
foolish.
you're right. We didn't really see it, so we can't report it. Like what? It makes no
That was
sense.
yeah. It was like we clearly see you went in his mouth. Before that, he was
Exactly.
fine. After that, he's fucked up. So it was like, bruh.
Yeah. So it's like okay, like, I guess. But then like, it's just like when I was reading this, I just thought like, okay, okay, we're actually about to get serious about these punishments.
Right.
But then I'm just like, oh well, no, so they still want him to join Kaido's crew, so
It's all lies. Yeah,
right,
like on this page, I agree with you. I thought Queen was about to like flash step over to Luffy and just
right,
tackle
exactly.
him or something. Like go like transform. No, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go walk past Luffy beating up my guards and ask the warden what's going on. Like I can't see Luffy fighting right now. Like
Exactly.
that was weird to me. Like he
Or
literally
unless he's still like outside at this point, I don't know,
no,
cause
no. Remember when he sat down in the chair and he was like, "Tell me the top three things." When he got to Luffy, all he did,
yeah,
the camera just moved over a little bit, and you saw like in the distance Luffy just destroying people. So it was like, what? I don't. Why didn't you see that before? This could have waited. So it's like stuff
but
like
then
that kind of takes me out of it, but you know,
you know we so on the next page, another vice warden apparently. The prison's so bad, we need like 10 vice wardens to handle it.
well, wait, no, he's the head warden.
No, this guy's a vice warden, the scorpion dude.
Oh, you said next page, so I'm on the page with the elephant guy. My bad.
Oh, oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess I was counting the other thing on the next page.
Oh, my
But
bad.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, wasn't the hippo guy a vice warden too?
Yeah, I think he was a head jailer, and this guy's
Oh,
the
head
vice
jailer.
warden. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy and then the monkey lady is a vice warden too.
Wait, is she vice warden?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah, she is.
existing labor camp vice warden headline. That's weird. There's two vice wardens.
Yeah,
And,
that's how bad the prison is.
well, I mean, she had a different title. Like this is what excavation labor camp vice warden. So is it
Yeah, I mean
just
that's just the prison mine, the prisoner mine.
is she okay? So is she the vice warden of that section, and then he's the vice warden over the entire thing, or is it
Well,
just
the
two vice
prisoner
wardens?
mine is like I don't even know. Like
Yeah,
the prisoner mine is the prison, right?
I feel like there's a prison mine section, and then there's the entirety of the prison because there's like the mine section, there's where they live, kind of like Impale Down. Like maybe there's a kitchen area or like another
Maybe.
like a torture area. I don't know.
Probably, but I mean we just haven't seen like
Yeah, we ain't
a
seen
complete
evidence,
prison, I guess.
so we'll just go with
Which is
she's the other
which is
vice
bad
captain.
in my opinion.
Well, yeah. Like it should have been way more fleshed out. Like Luffy and Kid should have had way more dialogue. They should have got to know each other. Something. All we got is little flashes. Like by the time we got to them, they already kind of established ground with each other. Like I want to see the first interaction. Like, hey, you, blah 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 blah, something like that. That
Yeah,
that was seriously lacking.
like a lot of I want to go back to this off screen thing, but like
Do it, my brother.
the first interaction with Chopper and Big Mom was off screen,
Yeah.
and then Luffy and Kids, like I mean we did like they did notice each other when Luffy got thrown in there, but then it's like we didn't really see like the dialogue really between them.
So I want to ask if so between all of the interactions we've gotten so far, if Oda added in those things, do you think the story would have been longer or shorter? As
I
far as
think
like
could have taken some stuff out.
yeah, like if he added all that stuff on top of it, would it would be a more bloated story and it would took longer to even get to this part because then we had to deal with the interaction between all these characters on top of every panel that Oda's shown so far is I feel like a rushed version of everything he wanted you to know. So I feel like he's rushing as is, and if you threw more exposition in there, I don't know if it would have made the rushing better or it would have just
Yeah,
taken longer.
I get it, but like for characters like Law, I mean Law, for characters like Luffy and Kid, and Big Mom and Chopper. I feel like they're important enough for those interactions to have. Because obviously, Big Mom's amnesia thing is going somewhere.
Right. It
So I
does have a
feel like,
plot.
what do you say?
I was saying it does have a point to it.
Yeah, like so. I don't know the first interactions and seeing how like Chopper, like
Well, I mean, we kind of saw it. Like she walks up on the beach and Chopper wanted to stab her, and then he
yeah,
decided
and
not to.
then he's like, "Who am I?" But then
Like
they're
after
then
that,
they're yeah, but then they're friends now. All of a sudden, what did Chopper say to her?
mm,
And
yeah.
then Luffy and Kid, it's like Kid's been built is being built up to be Luffy's rival. So it's like, I mean, a little more dialogue between them would make more sense, especially like because they're gonna be competing for the glory over Kaido.
Do you
I don't
think
know.
do you think that Oda kind of neglecting all these different, I guess you could say, side plots, do you think that's his attempt to maintain focus on a certain point in Wano?
Uh, I I just feel like he's reached a point where it's like, I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, but it feels like he's like, dang, damn, like I've wasted my time on all these other arcs that took way longer than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island.
But at the
And
same
then
time,
no,
him taking that time kind of made One Piece what it was.
no, yeah, and I don't mind that. So it's like I don't know, but I just feel like he's reached a point where it's like I shouldn't be spending this much time on stuff like this anymore. So it's like he's trying to rush because he's like, dang, it's been 20 years. Like, let me hurry up and finish my story. And I don't want it to be like that though.
Right?
Because
But then,
Bleach. Oh my god, I've been burned by Bleach, and I don't want to see it to happen to One
yeah,
Piece.
yeah,
That's the only reason I'm scared.
yeah.
Smash it, come on, get off.
So was like, I don't know if the end of Bleach was because of rushing. I feel like it's like different symptoms for YouTube, not YouTube. I feel like it's a different symptom for like One Piece. I feel like there's so much to cover, and Oda took his time doing so much that if he doesn't rush a few sections, even the sections you said was going to be really big, that you know you have to you have to trade out getting to the point with meaningful character interactions. I, maybe if he kind of it maybe if the skills of writing and prioritizing was a little higher with Oda, then that wouldn't be the case. Like you wouldn't have to give up stuff because I
Yeah.
feel like the stuff that he puts in is fluff, and I don't understand. He's struggling to find space to give these characters moments, but then he prioritizes jokes and one liners
Exactly,
and fan
exactly,
service. Fan service is not even
exactly.
that good. Like
Yeah.
I've seen High School of the Dead. I've seen fan service, and this guy is giving us basically PG stuff almost like comparatively.
Like I don't know. It's like so we haven't seen Zoro
At all.
in a long time, and then we get back to him, and then oh, this happened to him. Okay, why don't you show us? Oh, his sword, like his. Actually, I don't want to talk about the sword getting stolen yet. We'll get because
We
I
will
want
get
to talk.
there. Oh
Yeah, I
god.
want to talk about that. All right, let's get back before we get off track.
We tend to get off track. So
Yeah. So
Daifugu gets defeated. You got anything you want to say on that? Or you want to move on?
no, he's trash.
Facts. Big
but
facts.
well, actually, yeah, Dakugo. Like, I mean, come on. No other name.
Yo, it's
So
another
close to
card game
Daifuku.
that no one knows about.
Yeah, but it's just so close to Daifuku. That's why.
Yeah, that did throw me off at the beginning.
So next page, everyone's like, happy that he's being put to death. Well, the jailers are. And wait, actually, now I look at it, is that person wearing like a dog costume?
The person at the top right, yeah, I have no idea what the hell's going on because it looks like a woman almost, but he has a mustache. It looks like Capone with a bra on. It's weird. I mean, it looks he has horns. He has horns. I think it's a he. So it's like, yeah,
And
all the prison guards are like.
Okay,
hype.
first of all,
I
why are the
think those are
men in
pleasures.
Wado ugly?
You said what?
Why are the men in Wado so ugly?
Because it's like they're like beasts, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
ugly
my
beasts. They're
god.
part of the beast powers. I guess they gotta look beastly. Like the freaking warden. The warden looks extra beastly. Like we didn't get to
Yeah,
see
but
his
at least
face. I thought that was
yeah,
his
but he
face.
doesn't look like I don't want to say he doesn't look like ugly though. Like these people look like they have
Yeah.
some birth defects and stuff like that.
I don't know why Oda likes to draw fodder like that. I guess it's more interesting to him. He doesn't want to draw like
Like
standard stock people. He just always crazy
they're,
looking guys.
they're all trash. Yeah.
But it's like different trash. Like usually you get like the same looking trash, but every now and then Oda kind of splurges on the character designs because the Marines all look exactly the same sometimes,
Right,
and then
right. Marine
sometimes
A, B, and C. That's what he scrolls through.
pretty much. Sometimes he switches it up. Like he be having, especially with the G14 people, like the
Yeah.
G14
Oh
Marines,
my god, those were hideous too.
they
Oh my
were.
god,
I
I
guess it's
feel so sorry for them.
yeah, the wildness. Speaking of the old maid, freaking that name is ridiculous. But he kind of gave it to Luffy, even though this is a nerfed Luffy.
Oh yeah.
He kind of messed him up a little bit. I'm shocked. I actually had a question. I was like thinking to myself the other day. Luffy got took not taken out, but knocked down by this dude. Who like which one do you think is stronger right now? Luffy right before the time skip, or this Luffy right now? Like in the cuffs. Like if this Luffy in the cuffs had to
Mm,
fight pre-time skip Luffy, who would not who would win, but who's stronger? Because I don't want to get into
I
the
would
fight.
say this Luffy because
Apparently, you can't use hockey.
yeah, but yeah. So okay, well, first off, I want to I want to laugh at Daifuga real quick because he's weaker than Luffy wearing sea stone handcuffs who can't use his never fruit or hockey. That's really sad.
Really sad.
Like, oh my god.
But then again, he has the zone. He has his own fruit. Zone fruits are the weakest, and he has like half of his own fruit. So it's like he's not really batting 1 for 100 right now. Oh, this is actually the panel I want to talk to you about. So the speaking of Daifugo, you see he has the number 65 on his back.
Yeah.
I was thinking since Kaido was called the 100 Beast Pirates, what if every one of his crew has a number? And then once you get to the top echelon, you know, you get different numbers or like king, queen, or stuff like that. So it's like the ranking of Kaido's crew would go like 7 through 100 would be, you know, those guys. And then you got the top six, the flying six, 1 through 6, and I think X Drake would be one out of that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like you got the 1 through 6, the 7 through 100, and of course this dude's 65 because he's super trash. And then you got like Kaido. Maybe Kaido will be one, or maybe Kaido's not even in the 100. Maybe it's like Kaido and there's 100B. So maybe King is one, or Queen. Maybe Queen's one, but probably King's gonna have a higher bounty.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think that's like the setup of his crew, and I think that's really dope. Like the way they did that, and they're kind of like flashing hints right now. Like I wonder what number this guy is because he's the vice warden. The warden is stronger, so what we be 55, 50. Like I feel like a good number for him would be 50. Like 'cause that's like a good round elephant
The vice.
number 50.
I mean, the warden, right? Yeah,
Yeah, the
I was like,
warden.
yeah, I guess. I mean, either way, he's probably trash too anyway. So whatever.
Well, I mean, I feel like Daifugu is trash because he basically got one shot by Luffy. But this elephant guy at least landed a hit on Luffy and did some damage. He is weak, but the other guy couldn't even land a punch on Luffy or stop his attack. So I know this guy, he isn't completely trash.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
He he
I,
he
mean, I
he'd be
just
like a
have a
Hody Jones.
just have a. Oh my god, I hate Holy Jones.
He'd be like this guy, this base Hody Jones. This is him right here. Whatever Luffy would do to him, you know, this guy. This guy. But yeah, man. I forgot what you said before. I'm not gonna lie. What
uh,
what happened?
I also forgot, I guess.
Tight.
But oh yeah, can you send Z-Boy the link? I'm not sure if where I sent him. I don't know if it worked or not.
It's oh shit. Let me grab this link. Hold up. I gotta get my bearings right.
But so Luffy says he's training.
Yes, that's one of the
And
best moments of the arc to me.
yes, I'm glad that he said something. Oh, and you know what's crazy? So here he says in the Japanese version, it says that I'm training so I'll be stronger even if by a little. But this one, all it says is like I'm training so when it comes off, then I'll be even stronger. Now,
Hmm. Wait, hold on. Let me. Cause I was sending the link, so give me a moment to look at that. So are you saying that he was already stronger, but now he's getting even stronger, or something like that?
no, well, like, cause like I guess the Japanese version made it sound like he was only gonna get like a little bit stronger, but
Oh yeah,
this one,
yeah, yeah. He
yeah,
said even by a little bit.
yeah, but
So
this one he's like confident he's gonna get like really, really strong, and
th-
I guess
it's
he's more
almost
like
night and day with that. Like
yeah,
Luffy saying that before, I have a whole different meaning. But Luffy saying this, I'm like, okay now. It almost
yeah,
fills you with confidence. Like, all right, he got this now.
because when you think about it, right, ever
Mm.
since he actually started training to fight, it's been his devil fruit that he's been using, right?
Before Rayleigh, you mean?
Yeah, like when Garp was the one training him and throw him into
Oh, the Z
the
boy.
forest.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it was with his devil fruit, right?
Oh yeah, no. Well, he Luffy wanted to train his devil fruit, but Garp threw him into the forest just to train him up to be just stronger.
No, yeah,
Period.
I know. But like he was always training with his devil fruit.
Yeah,
But like now it's like he is basically like just his base body with no devil fruit at all.
yeah.
So
Like he
maybe
doesn't
that's the
rely on it. I guess is what we're trying to say. Like he doesn't fall back on his fruit when things get tough.
yeah, so like right now he's like training his like actual body basically.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like Luffy was kind of fighting. He almost skipped training on how to fight or use his body and went straight to just I'm gonna develop a devil fruit fighting style, but he doesn't have
Yeah,
a basis of his normal body.
exactly.
That makes sense. And I definitely feel like that's what's going on right now.
Oh yeah, Luffy. Yeah, he's definitely he's going in with his base form. He's trained that thing up. His base form about to be crazy strong, and then it's like, when did you get so strong, Gear 4, Luffy? I've been training base form.
The laugh though.
That was a perfect Luffy laugh.
Oh my god. Big facts.
Oh man.
So I got a question. Uh,
Yeah.
the stream name.
What's up?
The, the stream name?
What made you want to have a versus between them?
Oh, so it's just because we found out that like Queen likes Kurosaki, right? And
Yeah.
then Kyoshiro, air quotes, killed Kurosaki. So I'm just wondering how like Queen would react. Like would he like try and like fight Kyoshiro or try and kill him, something like that, you know?
That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. That's actually a good point. Like would he hold a grudge against him?
Yeah, basically.
I kind of think he would because it's like he's not really a part of the Beast Pirates. So one, he doesn't have any allegiance to him. If they felt sentimental like that, like maybe if King did it instead, I don't know if Queen would show restraint, but definitely he won't show restraint with Kyoshiro because he's just kind of like they're lackeys almost, you know,
Yeah. And I'm like, he's a pirate, so he's not gonna really give a fuck.
pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, with pirates, they don't give a fuck, but when it comes to the crew, depending on how tight knit the crew is or whatever the rules are, they might not fight their own. You know, it was a big deal when Blackbeard killed Thatch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people on the crew weren't like, oh well, that's what pirates do. Like everyone was genuinely hurt. So I don't know how like Kaido runs his crew. I would probably say kind of bloodthirsty, but you never know.
I don't know. I mean, the interesting thing is, right? It could just be a plot device for fan service, or it could also show maybe that Kaido isn't as like evil or ruthless. 'Cause I thought it was kind of weird. I was like, I expect the entirety of Wano to just be like a crazy no man's land, but
Right.
apparently they have like a bath shower. So maybe Kaido does like have some like maybe level of sanity. Maybe he isn't as crazy. Maybe he isn't completely crazy and ruthless. Like maybe he has like a other side to him or something.
Yeah, because I mean, we even kind of saw that when he defeated Luffy. He was like, "Oh, make sure you don't mention anything about pirates and stuff, like,
Yeah.
because this country doesn't need to know about stuff like that." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
He
well,
definitely
he
has
mentioned,
tact when it comes to dealing with the citizens, like keeping the facade going.
yeah,
He isn't as heavy-handed as he appears because he would have been messed it up if he was like an actual idiot. I think Kaido's really tactful. I think that's because he's been living for so long. So he's had his party days where he just goes around destroying stuff. Now he actually has a goal and he won't mess it up just
You
because.
think
Huh?
you think he actually cares about the citizens, or is it like some
oh no,
clear motive?
He cares about the citizens as far as he can use them, so he won't needlessly disrupt Wano because that'll lead to his plans being full because maybe people start running away and start bringing other people in. If he keeps it the way it is, everything goes better for his plan. So he has patience as long as his plan is still intact. You know what I'm saying? So it's not
I don't know.
necessarily them, it's like their position.
What's the plan?
His plan, like him gathering, well, it was gathering smiles and gathering weapons. He got Orochi gathering battleships from CP9 in exchange for stuff. So he has a whole operation going with Doflamingo. Like Law's whole thing was to get Kaido to kill Doflamingo because he stopped the smile productions because he knew how important that was. Like if that wasn't a part of his plan, or if he doesn't overreact when it comes to cogs in his plan being messed up, that wouldn't have been Law's plan. But he knows how meticulous Kaido is about his plans and how he wants everything to go off without a hitch. So he staked his whole plan on Kaido killing Doflamingo. It didn't work out, but Law knew enough to make that plan a reality. So that's what I think. And that whole war, the greatest war thing, everything feeds into that.
but do you think there would be more to that than just the Grace War?
I
Like,
think so.
he could just be saying that, but that seems a little too like, meh, you know?
Like evil just to be evil or whatever.
Yeah, like,
Um,
oh, well, I just want to have the greatest war. Okay, that's it.
Well, I mean, he says he wants to kill himself, so it's like the motivation is real. It's not like he's pretending to kill himself. Like he's
Yeah.
jumped off Sky Island. He really wants to die. He's bored and he wants a war. I don't know if he's going to war over something more substantial than boredom, but that's all we've been given so far. You
yeah,
know,
I think he might pull a big mom to where he thinks he's the good guy.
that is
What do
possible.
you
We
think
haven't
Big
seen
Mom
it
is
yet
for?
Because I feel like hold up, I'm trying to remember some of this stuff, but why are the citizens hungry again?
because
Uh,
Kaido stopped no, well, I think Orochi stopped fresh water from being, put there. So it's all poison water. So all the fruit and vegetables and everything they can grow to eat is poison.
and the runoff from the factories and all that stuff.
And they got to
The
give up
only
their
good,
food for that
yeah,
food
the only
ship.
good foods in the flower capital, which Orochi is like hogging basically.
Well, there's fresh food other places. It's just not in the leftover towns where we mainly see. If you're not a
Yeah,
samurai or like a hard worker that works for Kaido, you don't get food basically. If you live in those towns, I think it's better other places.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about his citizens. Yeah,
no, he doesn't at all.
Nope. Like you can just let them starve. Like that's wild.
I'm just trying to find like some other like maybe motive for Kaido, right? Because I feel like his ability can be cool, but it's like 100 other like One Piece villains who are just kind of just douchebags, just to be douchebags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like for the young codes, I feel like they have to be a little bit different than that. Because
Like deeper.
we saw that with Big Mom,
What do you mean?
like with their motives.
Well, I mean, Big Mom wasn't really hiding her motives in the first place. It's just we didn't know
No, no, no,
them.
no, no, no. I mean like the just a basic like I'm evil to be evil, like
Oh
other
yeah.
villains.
Well,
Yeah, not
Big Mom doesn't have that. Wait, so are you saying Big Mom is evil just to be evil?
no, no, no. I'm saying like
She's
I
not.
feel like the four emperors are different in the case that they're not just like
Oh yeah.
even though they appear to be evil, they have like something else, like. as a
Yeah.
dream, like how Big Mama was to like create a world where like all the races are like equal or some BS.
Well, I
So like
mean, if you dive deeper into that, her country would be a place where everyone can live, but everyone that's not living there is her enemy, and she'll kill them in a second. So she's just trying to have a perfect evil kingdom. So she,
yeah,
in a way, is trying to be evil, not just to be evil, but to be a pirate. Because to be a
Yeah, yeah,
pirate is
yeah,
to take things from other
yeah. We know
people.
that.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like these people that
Yeah,
are
we was talking
evil in
about
the
pirates.
story. I know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying.
was talking.
I know, and if you look at what a pirate is, they don't really need an excuse to be evil. We get kind of confused when Luffy does, not confused, but it was like at first it was a shock because Luffy's supposed to be a pirate. He's doing all this nice stuff. He's not really a pirate. So Kaido going around trying to cause a war, well, that's pirate shit. Big Mom trying to get a super evil empire so she can steal and rob from everyone, that's pirate shit. So it's not evil to be evil, it's evil to be a pirate. So I don't think you need much more motivation than that. But if you're trying to get, if that's what you personally want out of a story, I guess you can
well,
put
I'm
that
just
on it.
saying that
See,
they're not
here's
they're
the
not
thing.
boring. Is what I'm trying to say.
No,
Like
no, no. See, Dan, here's the thing about that. See, I'm okay with villains, some villains being personal, just to be evil, just to be evil. But I feel like
Mm.
it's just a lot of 'em, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
like
have a little bit more, like,
oversaturation of the same character over and over
yeah,
again.
'cause I feel like even in real life, there probably were pirates who thought they was the good guys. Probably was some who like
Yeah,
became like villains to protect their island or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I
that.
feel that. I feel that.
I feel like he might have like maybe like a tragic backstory. Like it's probably gonna be something Oda does
of
where he's
course he's
like,
a One Piece character.
Okay, but when it comes to that, how come it's not like more people aren't tired of the tragic backstory, but we're tired of seeing characters being evil to be evil. Like everyone on the Strider crew has a tragic backstory. Like, isn't that a little mundane? Like, shouldn't somebody have a normal childhood? Like Usopp was the closest. He didn't have really have tragedy. His mom died, which is terrible. But people's moms die. Nami's mom died, but in war on the battlefield, and she was left. That's tragic. But with hers, well, I mean, with Usopp, it's just whatever. Why don't we have more characters that just came from a normal place and just chose to be a pirate or chose to be a marine? Stuff like that. Like, why isn't that
Uh,
getting old?
that is because the one of the reasons you can only become a star pirate is because of tragic backstory.
That's only the case because Oda made it that way. Like, if he was
I'm
diverse, it would be different.
okay,
I know, but at the same time, I just like, why is it like Like
guy.
I like it too. Like don't get me wrong, but I just thought about it. Like why isn't that a problem? Like so, like some things are done over and over again, but it's cool, and other things, it's not. This is a little weird.
I mean, I like the backs. The I do always think like, damn, why does everyone have to have a tragic backstory? But like, they're interesting tragic backstory, so it's like, it's fine.
Right, right. I can feel that. So if every villain was the almost the same, and like none of them were sympathetic, because I feel like some villains, like Bellamy, he was a villain at first, but then he joined the Straw Hat crew. So there's some diversity there. If every villain was just pure evil, but they were all interesting and weaved interestingly, I don't think we would have a problem with it either. I
Yeah,
just I
because
just
it's
think if
like,
you're evil, you be interesting and evil, like
yeah,
Doflamingo.
because I don't know, because like I don't know, like just being evil for being evil is just I don't know. I just don't see how it's possible because then it's like
I mean,
you're
Doflamingo was
really
evil.
one dimensional. Yeah, but
Doflamingo was
it
evil.
Doflamingo,
can happen. It can happen in
Doflamingo,
real life. Some people are just evil to be evil, but not everybody is.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Like
what.
I just don't like Doflamingo's like evil, but like he has an interesting story that makes it not just like evil for the sake of evil.
No, it was though. But if you think about it, before anything happened to Doflamingo, he was evil. Like pure, like the rest of his family was
But no, because like
Tenryubito, but they weren't
that
evil.
that's how he grew up though.
No, but Roshinante grew up like that. He didn't. They didn't grow up. Actually,
Yeah,
in that household, he should have grew up less evil than the other ones because his dad was so understanding. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but then think about like it could like I mean obviously I'm gonna be making assumptions here, but like
Right.
when they were in the Holy Kingdom, like maybe he had friends, who were like acting the way he did, so he acted like that too.
That's fair.
I mean, to be honest about Dofi, I mean, he did love his mom, and plus, to be honest, I
Yeah.
don't blame Dofi. I don't blame Dofi for trying to kill his dad. Like his dad fucked up his entire life, bro. Like I'm
Whole
sorry,
life.
his dad was such an idiot, bro. That dude was mad, bro.
Yeah,
Full disclaimer: we don't condone patricide here.
yeah. About to
Oh yeah,
say,
that's right.
like, he messed up your whole life, but killing him definitely would. Like, he literally tried to kill his dad to get back in the Holy Land and didn't work. So it's not like that helped him at all. But I mean, it made a name for him. I think. I think when he brought his head to Tenryubito, did he get a bounty then, or was that afterwards?
I actually have no idea.
So I remember them saying that was like part of the reason, why he was so feared or whatever. But yeah, we got way off topic. You want to go to this next page?
All right, yeah. So
My
next
bad, bro.
page, where it's fine, where Queen gets introduced.
Oh man,
So, what do we think about this Queen dance number?
it's
Better,
definitely
better than Big Moms.
is definitely next level. Well, it's definitely not better than Big Moms. Big Moms had that whole thing. She had them steps for your ass, but Queen, he has rhythm. You can't take that away from the man. I didn't expect him to be so quirky though. Like every time we
No,
saw him, I thought he was going to be kind of like quiet, reserved, like a tinkerer.
What?
What? Well,
Oh, you thought he was
but
gonna be?
besides when he was yelling at King.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people assumed he was gonna be like a comma.
yeah, but I don't know.
Uh,
I
I
was kind
kind
of upset to see this. I will say this.
to see him dancing. Why?
Yeah,
How
I'm
did
like,
you envision him?
well, not dancing. I can tell you that.
Oh
No,
my god.
it's just because it's just like I just thought that was like Big Mom's whole because we just came from like a whole musical thing from Whole Cake Island,
Yeah,
and then we have this guy over here. I don't know,
getting it.
and it just got me discouraged because like I just thought things were about to get serious, but then we have him dancing over here. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, your
You
prison's in
over here,
chaos right now.
you
Yep.
over here to get serious in One Piece?
I mean, whenever you can't see Luffy's eyes, I know it's serious. But I mean,
Right.
besides
Yeah.
that, those three times he got serious. But a big thing. Appreciate it.
Like Usopp was literally making a joke when they was fighting. That was like a big dramatic fight. And Chomper is over there having a goofy moment. So it's like, you know,
Yeah, big facts. I don't know if I almost forgot about to say. So we see clearly that the man Queen has a sword on his hip. So does this shuffle up the expectations of who's supposed to fight who, or is everyone still on Zoro fighting
Well,
King?
first off, I have a bigger question.
Oh
How
God.
is that staying on his side? It's like it's staying
Yo, man, that's that One Piece logic. You know,
there. Man.
One Piece physics,
But
yo.
I have no idea honestly, because some people are speculating that since King can fly, Sanji may be the one to fight him, because
Yeah.
Zoro
I don't think
can't
we've seen.
fly and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we've seen Zoro fight a flying enemy before. When it comes to like, you know,
Wait, who?
Monet. Monet was a little bird.
Yeah, but she wasn't really flying.
She was flying. She just, in order to attack him or do any damage, she had to get close.
She didn't even do any damage.
No, I'm saying like if
Yeah,
she got in position to attack. Maybe if she was higher up, he would have just used that tornado thing, maybe or whatever. But it's like in order to actually do damage, unless you have a ranged attack, you have to get close to Zoro anyway. So I don't think flying would mean that much because he has to dive in and attack him with whatever fire
yeah, but you
claw
think
crap he
about it
has
too, though. They were in a building, so how far could she actually go up?
to the roof at least.
Yeah, but the roof wasn't that far from where they were. Like,
I
it
mean,
was like they were in a room. Like I
I
don't know.
I know, but I'm just saying, in order to do any damage to Zoro, you have to be close. Was the
Yeah,
point?
no, I get it, but I'm just saying like the difference is that King can fly into the clouds if he wanted to.
Yeah, and then how does he defeat Zoro? What
I
is he
don't know.
doing? In exactly, he's not doing
He
anything in the clouds. In order to
he,
do
he
something,
shoots some fireballs from the clouds.
And the 10 seconds it'll take to get down there from that height, Zoro will take a step to the side. You know his observation hockey on point. And unless King has supersonic fire attacks, there's no way it's gonna hit Zoro anyway.
Oda told me.
Can you stop? Can you stop buffing him, please? Give this man King's hockey next.
Oh man. Hey, I mean, Katakuri had it.
I'm really tired of you.
He's called King the Wildfire, so.
I mean, yeah, he's called King. I was about to say that.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on.
Yo, have a theory. That'd be crazy. It'd be convenient, but it'd be crazy, right?
What's that?
King has King has some of the best. Like he probably has the best King's hockey in the series, and he's like, "This is why I named myself King."
I don't think he could being under Kaido. You would have to be like a super conqueror to do that. I would think that'd be Kaido.
No, I mean Kaido could be stronger than him like in other areas, but you know it's just King's hockey. He's like, this is my specialty. This is why I named myself King. I'm calling it, bro.
I see where you're going with that, but at the same time, doesn't King's hockey make your other hockey stronger? So if you have better King's hockey, your other two hockeys should get like a crazy boost anyway, and then you would just be stronger than Kaido.
That would low-key make Kaido even crazier, right? Because it's like this guy has stronger hockey than him, but Kaido is still stronger than him.
That would be wild, because then he would have to be stronger in another way. Yeah, because then a lot of people think that Kaido's strong because he has crazy King's hockey. Like, what if King's is actually stronger, and then like you said, but he's still stronger anyway? That would be wild. Like what would make him stronger though? Like what would trump hockey?
Super hockey.
That will then it still be hockey.
Well, yeah, but it would be the next level of hockey.
But
Remember?
okay, so King would rule whatever level hockey everyone else is on, and then Kaido would just be above that. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, he will be. Well,
That's some wild claims.
A lot of people think that King's like gonna be proficient in armament hockey.
It would make sense if you believe that his invulnerability is linked to his armament hockey, but we talked about that before.
Yeah. Well, no, I said King, not Kaido.
That's what I mean. Like across the board, like is when if you're like invulnerable. Oh, you talking about King? Like as in he'll just turn into an all black dinosaur, like an all black. Well, he's already all black. Would he get more black and just be? So would he be like the one full body armament hockey person that doesn't get one shotted?
I want to see that one day.
That'd be fire. Yeah, like he's just flying down, covered in fire and armament hockey, and he's actually doing work. I'd be down for that.
And we're gonna talk about this fire thing in One Piece. Literally everyone can produce some kind of fire. It's crazy.
Everybody. I mean, it's part of the secret abilities that hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh, if they ever will be.
That new power source, man.
Oh, man. But we get his bounty revealed, 1.32 billion. Higher than Katakuri. Katakuri's trash.
Wait, no, I don't think it's higher because Katakuri is 1.5, right?
1.05.
Oh yeah, you're right. So would that make Queen? All right. So with this bounty, do you think Queen has the highest bounty out of all the first commanders, or you think King is gonna be higher? Because his is already significantly higher than Katakuri's, but Katakuri can see the future and all that. So either Queen is crazy, or.
But you just gotta think about it, like again, like even though like they keep on saying bounty isn't representative of strength, even though it kind of is.
I don't think it is.
In some cases.
I don't think it is, like, period, because all you gotta do is look at who's the most wanted. If it's not Kaido, then it's not based on strength.
Yeah, no, I know, but like I'm just saying, like.
So I'm saying for all the people who do think like this is why it's not that.
You can use a bounty to determine strength, but you also can't.
You
if you get what I'm saying.
I definitely, yeah, like when you use comparatively, like a guy who has like 100 berry is obviously weaker than someone who has a billion. I
Yeah,
feel that. But when it comes
yeah,
to like higher bounties and being closer, if one
yeah, like
dude, if 1.32 or 1.05, like
yeah.
they're both
That's a different.
monsters.
Yeah, because the whole thing about bounty is really like the threat you are to the world government, not
Exactly.
how strong you are.
Yeah, it's just like your actual threat level. You have to be strong to pose a strong threat, but at the same time, it's not just that, you know.
Yeah. All right. So on the next page, um, what's this face? You got Queen sitting on
Like,
that chair.
man, goddamn, Mad Max Fury Road chair, bro.
Oh man,
Thing
this
is
little girl,
everything. It's
and
crazy
then
because he's not the warden, but he has a throne. Like, what's going
yeah,
on? So I wonder what his
all
position
stars
is.
though.
But I'm saying, like, what is his position? Because it's like, does any All Star that come in there sit on that throne, or is that his specific throne? You know?
I don't know. Did they say specifically who was what all star was in charge of the prison or not?
Well, I don't think they said it specifically.
But I
But
feel like we could assume it's Queen one because he's here and because King was asking, oh, haven't you broken the will of Kid yet and stuff like that? Kid and Luffy.
okay, so we can say it's his
He,
prison. So
yeah,
why
but
isn't he the warden?
it's not confirmed. But like, well,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no point in being over the prison if you're not the warden. Well, I guess he's just a calamity, and he has a prison in his territory, and he has someone to run it for him. And he just comes back to make sure. Okay, I feel it.
exactly. Um, so that so he tells old maid, oh, list all your problems, blah blah blah. Useless kid escapes. Then he does the a nail face.
The nail face.
I was actually like, I was bad, but I was laughing. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
it caught
why
me.
is he acting like a joke? Yeah,
Nah, it just was humorous.
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
And then what else? Luffy's escaping, and then the sea stone cups were stolen.
Oh yeah, the whole Rajo thing is still killing me. How he's just bouncing around the prison, like without a care in the world, alerting
Right.
everyone in his path.
Exactly. Now he's like surprised, like, oh wait, what are you talking about? All this stuff is going on.
You know, in the viz, I don't know if they're missing a page, but I don't see the queen reaction. Oh no, I see it. Never mind.
No?
Never
Oh
mind.
yeah.
Yeah, I
All
see
right.
it.
So then we skip
Uh-oh.
to oh,
It's
that's
gonna
on.
have to, cause you know the vids is held up as holy, bro. If they had a mistake like that,
Bruh, I almost
Twitter
caught
would
him.
have been going wild.
Hell yeah, but luckily they fixed their mistake. But yeah, like okay, so yeah, so do you see what I'm talking about? We were talking about before when Queen was kind of like right in front of Luffy when he was doing all this craziness, but he somehow didn't see it until now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on?
How did that scorpion dude get up there though?
That's what I'm saying. Like he was just on the ground.
Yeah.
Old dude shot, and now he's up there. So it's like he's obviously close enough for this dude to get there. So it's just dumb.
I feel like Queen might have just been watching, seeing how strong Luffy was.
Oh, so you think like fights among prisoners happen all the time, and it's like he's probably walked in before and there was a fight, but he was just like, all right, as long as no one's running out or y'all aren't dead, I ain't really got to worry about it. Something like
Yeah,
that. Okay, because he for real was not worried about anything else.
cause he knows he's so strong. He has that whole "I'm so strong, nothing bad can happen" kind of mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how they fall.
Pretty much. I want to see an enemy that, like, as soon as they see Luffy, just tries his absolute best to kill him from like start to finish and loses.
I mean,
That would
I
be
know.
that would be a real win for Luffy.
I was gonna say Katakuri, but
Mm-mm. He
Wait, what?
he stabbed himself.
I was.
Yeah,
We all that that fight was that's a
foolish.
whole nother that's a whole nother thing. But
Imagine like a bloodlust Katakuri versus Luffy. That would have been terrible.
which is what I wanted, but not
We
what we want, unfortunately.
got feelings and shit.
So now we're in the Bisu town, where Law, Frankie, and Usopp meet. I don't know what I don't remember what this guy's
I don't
name
even remember
is.
this dude's name. I just know that he's just weird, and I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
mad that he's here.
Is it Yasu or something like that?
We'll go with that because I really don't remember his name. I kind of don't like this dude. He's the
And
reason
then
Zoro's useless right now.
and then somehow, okay. So do any of you like watch Dritz?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh,
Yeah. So he has this idea that Zoro and Sanji are gonna have like a confrontation because like Oda keeps on like not having them meet.
mm-hmm.
They haven't seen each other, and now this kind of just like really proves it because it's like
He's kind of pulling stuff out of his ass now. Like, oh, Zoro lost his sword, so
yeah,
now
like what? So he lost his sword off screen
off
again.
screen. We don't even
It's
know who
like his
took it.
Hey, the good thing about this is if you're a Sanji fan, for all them people who say Oda only off screen Sanji, he off screen Zoro this chapter. So
I really do feel like he's trying to subvert expectations as much as possible. Like I feel like he's gearing up for a Zoro fight or something major with Zoro. So he's saving him, obviously, but he's using his time to give Sanji like mad props, like to just to make him just that dude. And I appreciate that as a Sanji fanboy.
But it's like if you don't want Zoro to get involved yet, right? Like, come on, his sword being stolen again.
But that could
That's just
that could connect him to Kamazo the Manslayer, and I think that's probably who stole it. And this is the Zoro fight we're probably gonna get, because whenever we get around to him finding it and doing that whole "oh I'm lost" crap, it'd be
Mhm.
interesting if he didn't do that at all. Like you remember when he was back in Alabasta when he was fighting Mister One and he sensed where his sword was. What if he like tripled that and now he can tell wherever it is in like a country? So he's just following this dude and whatever sword was stolen. And then he just makes every right turn and he finds the dude eventually and then they fight. And of course he has a double sword style and whatever style that dude's gonna use. I think that'd be way more interesting. At least that'd be a better payoff. Like seeing Zoro not get lost and a fight. That'd be that
nah, he's gonna accidentally run into the guy.
probably. But I mean, he said he chased him. So I hope something comes of that. Like I want
yeah,
to see a
Zoro
good
come
chase.
on, he's definitely gonna get lost.
He's gonna get lost and found him, and then that's how they gonna fight.
And where do you guys think Sanji went?
Oh, he's on his way to the bathhouse right now.
Yeah, but then it's like they're about to leave the bathhouse, so it's like,
That's the joke.
Oh, I was
He's gonna
thinking about that when I was reading the chapter. Right, Sanji
yeah,
puts up in there, and it's gonna be a bunch of dudes.
either that.
He's gonna be like, no, it's gonna be a comedic scene, and blah blah.
yeah.
It's
But
either it's either that
he wasn't
or
even there.
I feel like Sanji's gonna run into them coming out of the bathhouse. Like he's gonna have his raid suit. He's gonna be in his hand. He's gonna be whistling and throwing it up, and then like as soon as you get there, you're gonna see all of them just putting their clothes back on, or just like, hey, oh, that was nice, or whatever. And he's gonna be sad, and then he's gonna end up joining their group, and something's gonna happen, and then they gotta stick together or whatever. So I feel like that's gonna be the moment. Like Sanji missed the ultimate opportunity to, a unisex bathhouse. Like that's Sanji's dream, because he would have been allowed. He wouldn't even have to sneak. Like think about it, like why would Sanji have to sneak if it's a unisex bathhouse? You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be his new gag.
Well, he's just always in the unisex bathhouse. He doesn't even fight anymore.
That is
He's just in the bathhouse.
Yeah.
You have to convince Sanji to become a Straw Hat again.
So in the bathhouse, I don't know, not really much to talk about except I guess they were talking about Hoguro again. And how like he had a first of all they say they say he had clout.
I mean, he kind of did.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny that they chose that word.
Oh, that
Yeah,
scene of
I
his.
think that's a weird translation. I don't think that's the
Yeah,
actual. I don't think Oda literally wrote, yeah, clout in.
yeah.
I mean, it was a
But
word before people started using it mainstream, so it's not like he stole it from the youth or
no,
anything. It was a word.
I know it's just weird to see it in One Piece. He had clout with the yakuza bosses.
I mean, what else would you use? Like sway, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that sounds more One Piece way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I think it's alluding to the fact that if, or I guess I should say when Hiroguro gets out of the prison with Luffy, like he might still be able to have the power to sway the yakuza bosses and then bring them like onto like Luffy's side for the war.
That would be dope. So for the big war that's happening to Fire Festival, um, who are all the fights y'all think is actually going to happen like on screen? Because the way it's going, a lot of fights that aren't Luffy looks like they're getting off screen. So you think that's the time a lot of people are going to get their fights during Fire Festival, or we're going to get a lot of like Dressrosa cuts, just shorter,
Uh,
you
the
know?
only fights I can see happening are is whoever versus Kaido, whoever versus Orochi, and whoever versus Kyoshiro. Those are the only three fights I can see. Like we're probably gonna see all of it. Apart from that, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean like it would be weird for at the final war we don't see King and Queen and Jack.
Oh, I forgot about those people.
Yeah, so I'm like
Oh,
everyone
especially
has to fight.
Chopper's gonna off-screen Jack. I think we already know that.
Facts, big facts.
Nah, but I think Neko, Mamushi, and Inarashi are gonna take on Jack.
Again, but just like maybe Sulong form or
Yeah,
just
I feel like they have to for the story arc to be complete. It just makes sense story wise.
you know what I think is gonna happen? I think they probably okay, so they didn't push Jack to hybrid form when they had their limbs, like before the fight, because I think Dog Dude lost his leg and Neku got both his arms messed up. So they're a little weaker, but Sulong form, would cover that. But I don't I think that just pushes him to hybrid form. What I think will put him over the edge is the dude in the cell. I think that's probably like the leader mink that they had that kind of brought
Well,
them together. And I think with him they'll be able to beat him.
mm,
Like a 3-on-1. Like before they couldn't beat him, but now they can. I don't know why it would take three people, but I just see Oda doing some
well,
goofy shit like that. Or maybe just him by himself. Like maybe
I think
him by
this.
himself and Sulong is better than both of them and Sulong. That'd be wild.
Well, the thing is, so this is what so I got this. I heard this on Grits. Grits was saying this right, like
Mm-mm.
when they were fighting Jack before, they were doing it one by one. Remember? And then,
After
but
the
I feel
first
like
day, right? Because I think when he arrived, they both met him, and then one dropped off, and then they started going. So they fought him together at one point.
I don't think so.
No, remember when they first got there, they was fighting Jack, and then the sun went down or whatever, and then the dog dude had to go to sleep, and then Neko took over, and
Yeah,
then it went like that. So they fought them together at the beginning.
yeah. I don't know. No, it was one by one at first. They were always fighting one by one. They never because they never wanted to meet each other.
But they met up with each other eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually. But my
I
whole thing is like we're fighting Jack one by one.
I know they
They
fight
were
them one
never
by
gonna.
one, but I swear they started off together. But you could be right because I definitely my memory is not the best.
Yeah, so like Dritz was basically saying like the only way they'll be able to overcome Jack is if they actually like fight together and they'll be able to defeat him.
Mm.
Which makes more sense because like the whole like them fighting thing is not really resolved yet. Like
Oh,
I mean, Momo told them to stop fighting, but that's just the superior telling you to like stop fooling around really. But it's like they probably still have some whatever hatred they have towards each other. They probably still have it, and they need to work through it.
okay, that would make for a better character arc than just putting
Yeah,
another powerhouse in there to fight them, kind of like fighting their battles for them. But it would be a good
yeah,
introduction to another character. But at the same time, they would make them look weak.
yeah.
So okay, I would definitely go for that. if that were to actually happen. So Neku Mushi, Inarashi against Jack. Who's fighting Queen? And how strong is Queen compared to King? Are they equals like Sanji and Zoro, or are they like just polar opposites?
Um,
Not polar opposites, but it's just like clear cut that King's stronger.
I mean, first Commander is probably stronger, but like I feel like when it gets to a point where it's like the high tiers aren't that far from each other.
So how far do you think Katakuri is from Smoothie? Because she's the second commander.
Well, Smoothie is trash, so very far.
But you just said that there's not between the high tiers. There's
Listen,
not much of.
Smoothie.
You can't
No,
make an exception because
no,
you're sexist.
no, I'm not sexist.
That's what people want to call you now. You're sexist.
Listen. When I see Smoothie actually, do something, I'll let you know.
She did something in the anime, didn't she? Like they
That
kind of
don't
gave
count.
her. What? It happened. What do you mean? What you mean? Because in the anime, they had that decisive scene that kind of showed Big Mom doing fire and lightning attacks without Zeus and Prometheus. In the manga, you couldn't really tell, but definitely in
It was
anime.
there, but it's hard to see in the manga.
Yeah, and I feel like expounding on fights is what the anime does. It's not like those things weren't there. It's just they didn't have time to show it. They still gotta like go past so to like Smoothie wouldn't all of a sudden just grow wings and start flying around. Like it has to stay within the story. So whatever she did in the anime is not canon, but it's you can take it in consideration for the scope of her powers. So she did something. Not I really wanted it would have made it would have made a lot more sense if Smoothie fought Brooke instead of Big Mom, because it would have been a lot more believable.
Wait, what?
You remember when Smoothie was outside the door and she couldn't get in to stop Brooke, and Big Mom just kind of just sneezed on the door and it fell, and then she fought like Oda should have made a way for Smoothie to get inside, like suck the moisture out the door, or whatever the fuck, and then go fight Brooke, because that would have been better than Brooke fighting a Yonko. It would have been more
Nah, nah, nah,
believable.
nah, 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 nah. Because you gotta remember, their fruit matchups because Inaru was way more powerful than Luffy at the moment. Like Otis said, his bounty would have been 500 million, but Luffy's just his rubber ability just went past it.
Right.
Like Brook didn't even really do anything to Big Mom. It's just that his ability was a direct counter to Big Mom's.
Brooks
That's what.
Brooks'
That's what.
ability and a body is a direct opposite to Smoothie, because she can't juice him because he's made of bone. So it would have worked the same way.
Yeah, I mean, and we don't even know how long, like, air quotes, Brooke fought Big Mom. Honestly, it literally could have been like a minute.
It could have been, but at the same time, it would have been better. It would have been better in so many ways. Like Big Mom versus Brooke, yeah, that hyped Brooke up. Even if it was a minute, him seeing a Yonko and not dying instantly is a miracle. So that gave him some clout. But if he fought Smoothie, he probably would have been able to get some hits in on him. They would have gave him even more clout because he didn't do anything to Big Mom. If he would have damaged the commander and then had that whole you can't suck the moisture out of me because I'm bone yo ho ho, that you could have done so much stuff with it, but it was just missed. Smoothie would have had something to do.
If he would have fought Snoop Mookie, he would have lost the same way.
Exactly, but that would have shown that Smoothie isn't weak. Brooke would have had a better, longer fight where he actually got some attacks off, and we wouldn't have this whole Smoothie is useless thing. So think how many more things would have been solved if he fought Smoothie instead of Big Mom. He still would have lost, but it'd been way more better for the story. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say anything on that because, like, Brooke,
I don't know about this one, Chief.
Brooke going up against Big Mom was one of my favorite parts of Whole Cake Island.
I mean, there were so many low points in it that definitely had to be a high. So that's not saying
No, no,
much.
I mean, no, like, even before, like, the other stuff happened, like, that was one of my, like, when that chapter happened, oh my god.
Why wouldn't it have
I was,
been so? Why wouldn't it have been fire if he fought Smoothie? Because at that time, Smoothie wasn't useless. She was the second commander of the crew.
no,
You
yeah,
know,
no, I mean, that probably would have been fine also, but I mean, just, it didn't happen. So I don't know how I would have
I
probably
know
would have
it
felt the
didn't
same.
I mean,
happen.
honestly, I don't think that probably would have been as hype. Like the Soul King versus a woman who controls soul. Like
D-
it just that matchup just sounds is way more better than like I don't know.
But there was
You know,
like,
like
but there was
and
no
like
point in the fight where
how
you
that
thought Brooke would win or even get in a hit. With Smoothie, it would have been a little more believable, right?
nah.
It would have been. It wouldn't have been more believable that he hit a second commander and not the Yonko of that second commander.
Brooke of the
He
Strong
only
Empire pinning a second commander.
I didn't say beat. I said hit. He would have got a hit in. But Big Mom, no one can get a hit in on her. So like a fight is
Tech.
two sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he got a hit on her ability because of his direct ability. I mean, like like in the anime, I don't know if you watching the anime, but it was pretty good in the anime.
Oh yeah,
And
I liked it. It was fire. And Brooke taking out fodder or Brooke injuring a second commander. Yeah, one looks cooler, but I would have, I guess that's just me because I guess y'all
yeah, I think it would be
y'all
more
don't give hype
powerful.
to Big Mom. Is weird. Like y'all don't give hype to Big
I mean,
Mom, but in this moment, y'all like nah, Big Mom all day. Yeah,
No, bro,
y'all
listen,
funny.
he did not enter Big Mom, bro.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying
think the
that.
whole point. I think the real whole point of that scene was just supposed to show like, listen, like even though she's a emperor of the sea, like Brooke is not gonna back down. You know,
It was the
and
show
he's.
Devil Fruit matchup. Like,
I
that's
mean,
it.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably the only thing that I'll give to that. Like, it was to show that Brooke could counter Big Mom, but you could have shown that at another time. You could have him do it on a homie. That way, it's like, oh, Big Mom. We could have found that out in a smaller scale. But it was hype for me too. So I won't take none away from it. So we can
If Brooke would have injured Smoothie, that would have been BS. This I think what Brooke did to Big Mom makes sense.
not
But
injure. It
there
it would
should
have
be no
almost
way
been the
he should
same.
be able to injure Smoothie. There
So
should be no way, at all. Not even her ability, because even if you want to call quote unquote injured, because he only was able to attack her ability because he's a soul. But there's no way he should be able to like do anything with Smoothie at all, like at all. Like
yeah, yeah, but the gap would have been closer. Instead of being a billion miles, it would have been a million. It still would have been a long shot, but it would have been closer. We probably would have had a few more close calls. She was smiling the whole time. Maybe Brooke would have got her to make that oh crap face, like this dude is something. Big Mom was sitting there laughing at him because she's seen Roger fight. So it was like comparatively, the threat level and the whole atmosphere of the fight would have been different because we didn't know what Smoothie can do. We knew for a fact as soon as Big Mom put one pinky toe in that room, it was over with for Brooke. But Smoothie would have been like, yeah, it's over, but maybe let's see what Brooke can do. You know what I'm saying? It would have just been a better kind of arc, like a fight. Like you don't want to see a wash all the time.
that. I mean, for me it'd be a watch too, but
It would be a wash, but it would be a less of a wash. It's almost like boxing. It would have went. I'd rather see a 3 round fight than a 1 round fight.
I don't know. I mean, if we going back to the stream topic, who you think's winning, Queen or Smooth?
Damn, they both are. No one knows what's going on with either one of them.
I don't know.
But I would give it to the guy on Kaido's crew, Queen, because I just think their commanders are stronger.
I'll give it to anyone except for Smoothie.
Damn. So
Damn.
so you will give it to Brooke. Cool.
Yeah.
Good talk. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you about to say?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because I mean Smoothie's useless. Remember when Big Mom was screaming, somebody do something. A second commander of a Yako fleet. Somebody do something. What?
That was pretty bad.
Oh my god, that was like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was weird.
Somebody do something. Oh my god.
It
I
was
mean, yeah,
weird.
she's written trash, but she's not trash. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Oh,
which is yeah, I get that. I get that.
Oda supposedly said that Smoothie was really strong, but it's like we're not getting any indication of that besides her rank.
Again, with the telling and the not showing, like, what good is you telling me? You could have fooled me that she could do something, and Whole Cake Island.
That made sense. For so
Literally, what does she do? She didn't stop anyone from doing anything.
she couldn't even stop Brooke.
Right.
And Brooke is like what the
Big
sixth or
Mom
fifth
came,
strongest on
had
the
to
crew.
come there herself and handle that situation.
You know what was
That
weird about
sucks.
that? Oh wait, what? So was Katakuri fighting Luffy at this time
When
when Brooke stole the rubbings?
no, that was even before the wedding.
So why didn't Katakuri come down or Cracker or someone that
Oh, I
wasn't
don't
Big
think
Mom?
Katakuri wasn't there yet.
Well, he wasn't in the place, like he wasn't on Whole Cake.
I don't know,
That's a
but
good question. I ain't never think about that.
Yeah, so like why they call the captain when the second commander's there? They got Cracker, they got Oven, Dafuku. Dafuku could have melted the door. You could have got the genie out. There was so
But
many other things. The fuck Candy dude, Pero Sparrow. Why was Big Mom called first?
Yo, this is
well,
hilarious, man. When you
they
really think
weren't.
about it.
The thing is, like, they weren't telling her to come down here, but they were informing her, and then like she was like, "All right, I'm coming there myself."
Oh yeah, she just made the decision to just.
Yeah, she
Okay.
just made it. She was like, "Yeah." It's because it was the poneglyphs because Roger had stolen them before. She was like, "Yeah, I ain't having that happen again. So I'm coming there myself."
Last time Smoothie used his ass just looked at him as he walked away. Now I gotta come
Exactly.
down here because of your bullshit, bruh. That's probably what happened. It's almost 100% what happened. Smoothie being useless. As far as the Yonko commanders go, is it like out of all, I guess, five of the admirals that we know about now, do all of them wash every one of the commanders like in a 1-on-1 since they're supposed to tie with Yonko, like mid diff, like
Who's
With
supposed to tie?
Yonko?
Wait, who's supposed to tie with Yanko?
admirals. Well, that what the story says. They're supposed to be
Oh,
up there with. Well,
not just one of them though.
yeah, they said all three, but then they weren't saying that
Yeah,
against a Yonko. They were saying against all four. All three was supposed to match up with the Shishibukai.
yeah, but yes, all three the Shishibuga and the Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy, man. This
so
man,
so
Whitebeard, was old and sick, but they had like this, so they still having trouble killing him.
they technically didn't have three of them on him though. He had his whole crew. So if it was just Whitebeard there, that would have went way different. I don't think it would have been that bad. So it wasn't like the three admirals versus Whitebeard. Marco, Vista, Jozu, all them was there.
Yeah, but they all each of the admirals had I won't say significant, but they had a little bit of time to fight Whitebeard before the other commanders jumped in, and then they did
They were
poorly.
they were barely clashes. I don't even remember Kizaru trying. I remember Aokiji trying and Akainu. I don't even remember Kizaru trying to attack Whitebeard.
Yeah, no, Kizaru, Kizaru did like once or twice.
Yeah, like
Yo,
like a
he did
kick.
twice in the beginning. Twice. One of the first time was when Marco stopped in, and the second time, I don't know, it never really went anywhere. I think he shot a laser through Whitebeard. I don't remember really.
I don't think it went through. I think he shot and maybe someone blocked it, but I don't think Whitebeard got hit until Akainu hit him.
I don't know, man. I mean, when he had Cam behind Akino, and Akino was looking like,
The best scene in freaking One Piece, man. That man was shook,
and then his face was like carved in.
bruh.
He went through the island, and they went everywhere. I
Yo,
don't know, man. I mean, hey, I'm not.
I'm talking about the commanders. Like Fujitora. Can Fujitora beat any of the first commanders? Like all of them. Like no matter who, Katakuri, King, Marco, whoever he goes up against, does he win since he fights admirals? I mean, since he fights
Uh,
Yonko, or no?
I think he's beaten Katakuri. I think he's beaten Smoothie, definitely. I think he's beaten.
So they're essentially
I think
above the first
Queen.
commander rank.
I think he's beaten Queen,
So who's he not beating? King?
King, Marco.
Why not King? I can understand Marco, but why not King?
I think Queen. I mean, not Queen, but I think King is like not like ridiculously stronger than Queen. But I think he's like. I think he's definitely like a definite amount stronger. I
So
don't
there's
know.
a
This head
sizable gap.
pretty much head cannon. A lot of it in One Piece is head cannon.
I
But I think
feel it.
yeah.
I feel it. So Queen's bounty is higher than Katakuri. Is Katakuri significantly weaker than Queen, or is that just threat level again?
Queen might
Uh,
be stronger because to be honest, I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, Katakuri, he looks really really cool, but and he is real strong. But to be honest, I mean, he did kind of lose against like I mean, Luffy didn't really throw that many punches at him. Like
I
uh,
I will compare that fight with Luffy with like Mayweather going up against like Pacquiao, and then Mayweather never landing a hit, and Mayweather just leaving the ring. That's what
bro,
happened. He
this
didn't
nigga
win. He just
Katakuri,
left the
bro,
ring.
this nigga Katakuri is beating up Luffy for hours, bro. And Luffy throws like
Hours.
5 punches, bro. That is yo Queen. I think might be stronger. I'm sorry. Like I want to say Katakuri, but I don't know. I don't think Queen is losing like fast, but
So if Queen's surrounding Katakuri, that means he either has to have master armament or observation. Which one you think is more likely?
Massive. I don't
Or
know.
do you think both? You think King and Queen is just the better top two of all the commanders, and they just got super armament hockey and super observation? Because usually it's just one
Yeah. I don't know, but like Kaido's crew seems like all they would care about is like
armament.
like armament. Yeah, I mean I'm sure they have observation, but like
Yeah, I'm sure they have
they
it, but
get
they're not masters of it.
yeah.
mm,
I mean I don't know. It's hard to tell with Queen because of that little dance number he had now, but
Oh my god, don't put
like
his quirk into this.
like someone with someone like Jack, like the way he acts, I would assume like his specialty is armament. You know.
So basically, like the bigger, bulkier people that kind of do blunt attacks, that's all armament.
Yeah.
So depending on what,
And even the way like Jack fights, like you get like he just looks like
well,
he would
he's
only
a
rely on
swordsman.
armament.
Well, I would say that he doesn't have a good observation because he got blitzed by shooting Maru. Because he came at him and just when he cut his sword in half, so that kind of makes me iffy on the armament thing. Like if he was armament swordsman guy, he would have like the blade on it, you know. But he didn't. He would have the hockey on the blade, but he didn't. So it's like either he's not used to it, he doesn't know how to do it, or his armament's probably not that good. You know what'd be crazy if they really didn't have it like that.
That would be wild.
Like it was pure strength. Everyone there was just strength, no hockey. We taking missiles to the face. Like that would make Kyle's crew really scary. You know, they would because I feel like it take discipline to get hockey, and I feel like no one Kyle's crew got time for that shit. They just there. They just out here.
mm.
Alright. Let's finish. Let's go to the last 2 pages of the chapter real quick.
Let's do it.
So we can finish this. All right. So you have Queen telling him like, "Yo, just run the crew and I'll forget, like I'll forgive you." And then Luffy, nope, he's not. He ain't gonna do that.
All right.
And then Hillgirl's pleading for his life, well, pleading for Luffy's life. And then Queen's like, "Oh, he has an idea." Do you guys? I don't know if you have any like theories of what this idea might be.
To me, it definitely screams like either death match, some kind of weird torture game. I don't see this being anything like good for Luffy. It's basically a game to basically kill Luffy quicker or to like give Luffy a weird choice, like either you know kill the old man or take off his leg or some crazy, you know, something like that, some sadistic. That seems
Yeah.
like Queen style.
All right, and then behind Riza, Kawamatsu is revealed to be the guy in the prison.
Like I said before, I think that's the guy. That's the mink leader. I don't really see any human spitting out fish bones like that. Maybe he got something to do with an aquatic animal, or maybe you know, like a bear. A bear eats fish. I don't know what would be like. What would match with a dog and a cat? You know, what other animal would match with that? Maybe, or maybe it would just be off the wall. Because Oda's known for that.
Now,
What do you think?
do you think this guy has his arms and legs?
I feel like that would be the only way the announcer coming in and talking about the dismemberment of your legs and arms if you go against the guards. That's the only way that gives that credit and makes that like have weight. If he doesn't at least have an arm missing and he's in that jail by himself, then yeah, and then it'll make him eating that fish all the more impressive. Like, how do you eat fish with no
Yeah.
arms and legs? And how are you going to
It
be
would
useful?
also it would also explain why I guess they would say, "Oh, debone it first because he got no arms and legs. He got no arms to do it himself."
That would have been the case if he didn't spit it back at him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but then he could have just
Could,
I mean it's
he
One
did
Piece. He
it.
could have Yeah, but I'm saying it's One Piece. He could have just like put eating the whole thing and then just spit the bone back out.
Yeah, but then that would imply that the guards care about his well being. Like, oh, it's tough for him to eat this fish. Please debone it for him. Like, they don't give a fuck about this dude.
No, but maybe it's like Kaido or Queen issued that order for them to do it that way. Is what I'm saying.
That would be Queen and Kaido being nice, don't you think? That's a nice thing to do for somebody. Why?
No, no, they did it because they know he be shooting bones at superhuman speed.
That's what I was saying, and Sabo was saying that he deboned the fish because he doesn't have any arms and legs, so he can't do it himself. And I'm saying they wouldn't give a fuck about that.
Kaido cares about his prisoners.
He doesn't care about he doesn't feed the
Yeah.
citizens. He feeds
Yeah.
this dude more than he feeds the rest of the country. He doesn't give a fuck. I'm surprised. I don't know, and that's the funny thing. If he has all these people starving, and he has a whole work system for food to kind of starve out the weak, why is he giving this dude food at all? You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know if he's starving out the week. I don't know if he's just like
But that's just because is that Kaido probably thinks eventually he's gonna break his will and he's gonna join his crew. So let me just continue feeding him.
When you feed him nothing, if you're trying to break his will.
I don't know.
I mean, poison fish technically is worse than nothing because it's actually harming
Yeah.
you, but this is not harming this
Yeah.
dude. Maybe it's slowly harming him because poison over a certain amount of time would hurt.
All I gotta say is a lot of stuff in this prison doesn't really make sense. But whatever.
yeah, I'm trying to think, but whatever reason I think of, it probably has some level of head canon slash trying to justify it. I can't really think of that. Like this dude, right? What's his name? Valen, right? Valley.
Oh, Vulture Valley, yeah, what's up?
You bring up a lot of good points. Like some of this stuff I ain't really think that deep about. Like why is they feeding him fish? Why is this happening? I ain't
Yeah.
really like how come Katakuri and such and such and such if he was on the island? I didn't even think about this stuff.
When you get deep into it, a lot of stuff in One Piece just be like it don't add up. And sometimes those pieces get brought in later, like backstory, and that's how stories get brought together and shit get real. But other times they're just left in the wind, like why? And it's never
Yeah.
answered.
Like the big question of if Kaido wants to kill himself, why doesn't he just jump into the ocean? You know?
That is definitely a good question because the only reason Jack survives is because he's a fisherman. So unless Kaido is a fisherman or he's tried it before and it didn't work, then that's the only thing. Like I wish they had like a list of things he's tried to kill himself or whatever because we don't know what he's tried yet because he's been alive for so long. We don't know what he's tried. Like he might have tried to eat two devil fruits and it didn't work, or he may have tried to jump in and it didn't work. You know.
So I have all right. So about that, him trying to kill himself, right?
Hmm.
Do you think it may just be one of his like drunk phases? Because when he's
Hmm.
drunk, he goes through like oh, he's a sad drunk, like a happy drunk, something like that. Could that be like one of his things when he's drunk?
Oh, it's just so he's not always trying to kill himself. It's just when he's in
Yeah,
that suicide drunk phase.
yeah. I don't know. I'm just assuming because we've seen like because we saw a bit of that in Wano.
Oh, I would say yes if we can confirm if he was drunk or not when he jumped off the Sky Island. Because I don't know if he said anything, but
We just have to learn more about Kaido. Period. In general, like
because we only see him try to kill himself once, right? Like Sky Island,
yeah,
that was it.
exactly.
Mm. Yeah, if we saw more suicide attempts and how elaborate they are, or not, then I think they'll give us a clearer picture on like what he has and hasn't tried or what will kill him.
Personally, oh, go ahead. Go ahead and finish. I'll say afterwards.
Yeah, I'm about to say like it makes me think that even Kaido doesn't know what can kill him. So that would almost imply that does Kaido even know what he is? You know what I'm saying? Like usually if you know what you are, you know what can kill you for the
Yeah.
most part, but he doesn't even know what can kill him. So it kind of made me think like is Kaido just here and he doesn't know why? And is that why he wants
Oh,
to start a war?
so quick question: Do dragons have the ability to breathe underwater?
Only aquatic dragons specifically. I don't know if base Japanese dragons can.
Okay, because that could also explain why he doesn't drown himself.
Then that
But I
would
don't know, like just like I said, we just gotta learn more about him in general to really
yeah.
answer that question completely.
In detail, we can definitely speculate
Yeah.
in head canon, but to get a more clear picture, I feel you.
You know what?
What's up?
Kaido is the Goro 2.0. You calling it?
Tagoro. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was talking about the dark and tragic past. Like, I don't think it's because he was drunk. I think it's because he's been through so much in his life that he just wants to kill himself. And it's like, I'm so strong, so I'm just going to become this humongous villain and have this war where everybody wants to kill me and I eventually die. I think I'm calling it Goro 2.0, bro. I'm calling it. I
So
just had an epiphany, bro.
so if that's the case, then you think Kaido was a normal person at one point. Like he wasn't Kaido now.
I don't know. Maybe he was a better man. He might have been a person, but he might have been a, you know.
So I had a theory on that, and it has something to do with like Chopper. So it was like how most of the time when we have a zone, you only see the them turning into an animal, like full animal, them going hybrid and normal. And the only time we got a variance with that was with Chopper and his Rumble Balls, and
Yeah.
and Rob Lucci. Because remember Rob Lucci, he had two hybrid forms, and he had like an animal form. Because he had that skinny hybrid form, and then he had that super 100% form.
Yeah, but that was because he could do that life return whatever thing called Semi Kikan.
Oh, that wasn't part of the fruit.
No, I mean no, because
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was like a technique.
Okay, we'll scratch him. But what if Kaido? What if all Zoans can do that? But it's just that you have to be such a high level to do it that only like Kaido level people can do it. And you know how Kaido has that size difference? Like I think that size
Yeah,
difference has something to do with his fruit. So say Kaido's real body is actually small or whatever, and
Tontara.
not ton. Kaido's a Tontata. I remember that. No, that would have been funny, but not this time. I think Kaido probably has like a smaller, not like a skinny body, but like not
Smaller
as
than
big as he
Tontara.
is. Shut
Oh
up.
yeah.
um, I had a theory for a while that Pero Sparrow was Kaido's kid, and Kaido's body looked like that. Like he looked more like Pero Sparrow before the fruit, and he ate the fruit and just jacked up. Like he's always in hybrid because he doesn't want to look skinny anymore or whatever.
Uh-oh. Big Mom ex Kaido. Uh-oh.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that has been out there for a long time. I don't really like that because I don't think Oda would do something like that. But it
Yeah.
would be interesting. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't wait to see Kaido and Leland's backstory.
Yeah, I want to see them on the rock ship like officially,
Yeah.
like how they interact with each other. Yo,
And I wanted to do a video about the two of them and Roger. I mean not Roger, the two of them and Whitebeard, but then I forgot about it.
that would have been a good video topic. I had a thought. Like, what's the possibility of Big Mom having her soul influenced by the soul of Mother Caramel, like inside her body? You know, like
That would be interesting.
like Mother Caramel didn't really die because she had the soul fruit, and it kind of got like intertwined with Big Mom's soul. So it's like it kind of it kind of changed Big Mom because you know how Big Mom she's one way right now. It's not like she switches up personality when no one's looking. She's like one way. But then when you see her grow up and everything, she kind of gets that evil side and she's kind of manipulative. But now she lost her memory, that's gone. So like
Yeah.
it's like what if Mother Caramel's soul is like kind of manipulating her. Like the longer she has a soul in her, the more she kind of became like Mother Caramel. And when she got a memory reset, it was like she's back to base Big Mom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea, but then it would have been interesting then if like we saw like personalities from like the other children too in her.
I think that
Like,
it would only apply when it came to Mother Caramel because of her fruit. I don't think the other kids would have been able to talk to her. I think
no, yeah, but Mother Caramel's tank is like, but she's dead now regardless, right?
she's dead, but she had the soul
Yeah.
fruit, and we don't know what the extent of that is. Like we know Big Mom and Brooks fruit are the same. Brooks fruit is a revive fruit, which brings you back to your body. Maybe the soul fruit does something after you die too. Like maybe it puts you
Well, okay, I get what you're saying now.
like the soul fruit, instead of you having to go back to your body, since it's a greater fruit, you can go to anybody. And then,
Mhm.
Mother Caramel unfortunately had to choose Big Mom because she was already inside her. And
So the whole time, it wasn't really Big Mom. It wasn't.
not
But
not no 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 not like that. Not like Big Mom was being controlled. It's more like Mother Caramel's spirit like kind of bled over into Big Mom. And that's because at first, almost no matter how you look at Big Mom, no matter how much Mother Caramel tried to train her, she didn't change. Like her personality didn't change. She was always the same. She was naive and stupid. But as soon as Streusen got a hold of her, she started to change. Like, why is that? It's probably because Mother Caramel's nature was more devious and underhanded, and that just bled over into Big Mom. And now she's almost like, if you think about it, she's more like Mother Caramel than herself, like her original self. Like it's almost all Mother Caramel. She has that goal that she was telling Mother Caramel about, and she's just focused on that, and she'll do anything, just like Mother Caramel would do anything, and selling kids and shit.
yeah,
So I think maybe that's the possibility. Maybe her soul has something. I'm not saying it's like control or split personality. It's just something's going on with Big Mom's soul, and I think this amnesia is gonna bring it out. You know,
that's a good idea.
head cannons, man. I got a lot of them. You still there, Z boy?
Oh yeah, man. I'm still here. I was just after
Yeah, a
that
lot of me.
after that epiphany, I just started writing like down because I'm probably gonna have a video on this now, bro.
Good shit.
Yeah, man.
Inspiration. That's what I'm talking about. So that was the last page in Kawamatsu and everything. Um, so are we now going to talk about the Kyoshiro versus Queen thing, or did we already go over that?
I mean, yeah, we kind of did. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't really have much to go on per se, but it was just interesting to find out that Queen has a thing for Kuromasaki.
Yeah, it kind of took away the whole karma thing, and then it kind of made him. And it's weird if you think about it. Like all this time, um, he couldn't get her, but he's technically like over her and shit. But Kumarasaki obviously don't give a fuck about that. But I would feel like Queen is more of a threat than Orochi. Like she could probably get away with that with Orochi, but I don't see her slapping Queen and living to tell the tale. So you think Kumasaki was kind of like playing Queen, or like being nice to him, or how do you think their interaction
Well,
went?
I don't know. Like
Because
she's probably like
hmm
how she's probably acting like how she's. I guess. Well, actually, well,
because
when
think
you get
about
to her
the
level, you get to choose. When you get to her level, you get to choose your own. You get to accept the clients whether you like them or not, right? Like
right.
you can turn down clients if you wanted to.
Yeah,
But I feel
but
like
think
if
about
it
who
was
she's with now. Like
yeah,
she's with Orochi, and I feel like if Queen really wanted her, he would just like get rid of Orochi or something like that. But he's showing like restraint because he's a pirate. He don't give a fuck. He loves torturing people. But the girl he wants is with a loser like Orochi. So either Orochi's stronger than he's making out to
Orochi
be.
top five.
Exactly. Either Orochi's like secretly strong, Queen has been told directly by not Orochi, but Kaido not to mess this up or something.
Yeah.
because I don't see this man Queen
because
just
you need
respecting Orochi like
to
that.
like you need Orochi for the country.
Huh? Well, yeah, because I think people believe that he's the one who killed what's his name?
Oden.
Yeah, and that's like and people really do believe that though, right? Like it's
Yeah, cause
not.
like, cause don't they think of Kaido as like a god?
Yeah, yeah, he's like a dragon
Yeah,
god or whatever.
exactly. So like Orochi's like the one like, cause Kaido's really like more behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah, he's not out there like that. It's just
Yeah,
crazy how he got.
I guess except when he's drunk, but
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's crazy how he had the forethought and the planning to seat himself as a deity. That's like some next level like planning and thinking. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and the fact that Wano is blocked off
And he keeps it
from the
that
rest of the
way.
world.
Like he's actively making sure no one knows what's going on, and
Yeah,
and it's like that shows a good level of a good level of interaction. I don't want to say interaction, but like a good level of character for Kaido because he won't be
yeah,
one note. Like you'll look at him more as, oh, that's the guy, who has operations going on around the world and shit, and who's looked at as a god in his own country.
yeah.
So that's actually pretty impressive.
What do you what do you say about the deity then?
uh Kaido had enough like forethought and planning to seat himself as a god in Wano because people literally see him as a god. So it's like kind of points to how smart Kaido is.
I might add this to the list.
Get it all, man. What the fuck? But yeah. Um. So, so what else, Mr. Sabo?
Well, first off, so now we've gone through the chapter. What did you think of the chapter?
Out of all, comparatively, the last couple chapters, it wasn't as hype as I wanted. Definitely, there was I don't even count the Daifugu fight as a fight. So there was no fights this chapter. We didn't really learn that much except for the whole that weird thing with Luffy not being able to use hockey. I don't know if that's a self-imposed limit
That was
or
something I wanted us to talk about. Thank you for reminding me.
oh yeah, I'm on that.
So yeah, is that just because like he's weaker, he can't concentrate as much, or what? Like what's up with that?
Um, well, I'll give you my most likely answer, and I give you the answer I would want to happen. So, for the most likely answer is when Luffy used to touch sea stone bars or sea stone anything off rip, he would just melt to the floor.
Yeah,
Those were more powerful sea stone cuffs, but
yeah,
that effect, is weakened a lot. He's been training for a long time, so I think that before sea stone cuffs mess with your body completely, like mind, soul, body. It just drained everything from you. I think it still drains some from him now to the point where he can't use hockey, but I think it's just the cuffs messing with his mental state because you have to be calm, and it's hard to be calm just trying to stand on your feet. The basic movements is all they're allowed, and yeah, he's
yeah.
special, but it's like he's using so much energy he can't use it for hockey. That's what I think is happening. What I want to happen is I want him to not use hockey purposefully. Like he's saying I can't use hockey because he's using this as training. Like he can't rely on hockey. Like he can't rely on
Oh, okay,
yeah, like,
okay.
he doesn't rely on his fruit, his hockey. He just wants
Mm,
to use the half of the strength he's got so he can beat Kaido because he tried to do his will and his conqueror's hockey when Kaido knocked him out. It didn't work. He's like, man, and no matter what I do, this dude is knocking me out. So it's like he knows subconsciously that everything he's got is not enough, so he has to train one thing at a time. So right now it's body, and I guess he doesn't see these dudes as people that can kill him. So you know how Luffy doesn't go into a different mode until it's necessary. So I think
yeah,
that's what's going on here. Like for these dudes, they don't deserve hockey. And if if one of them proves to be next level, maybe against Queen, he'll fight Queen for a little bit, then be like, damn, I gotta use hockey, and then he uses it, and then the fight turns and blah blah blah. I think
Yeah.
that's what I wish would happen, because that would show that Luffy has a training regimen. He's growing. He's getting smarter. Not only is a combat genius, but now he's like a training genius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea actually. If that
Fire.
is the case, I wish he made it more clear, like saying like, "Oh, I can't rely on hockey right now," something like that.
That would have definitely been a better line. Like, I can't rely on
Yeah,
my hockey to get me out of this. I'd have been like,
yeah.
I'd have been all kinds of respect. I'm like, yes.
I mean, maybe we'll get a little more clarification later on, but we'll see.
I didn't even notice Z Boy bounced up out of here, but
Yeah, I just realized it.
appreciate Z Boy for coming through to the stream, making it live. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that whole not using hockey thing, top tier. I would have loved every second of it. But that is, well, I don't want to say not the case, but we don't have clarification on it. What do you think of the whole hockey thing?
Well, I guess I was just thinking like, I guess is the sea stone curse make you weaker? Like even like the warden said like he's like struggling to breathe right now, so it's like basically like he's using all his willpower to like focus and like stay like like do other stuff. So it's like using hockey would be just like even extra.
Yo, I just thought of something.
Yeah,
So that Wano was the only people to create the poneglyphs, right?
yeah.
And you know how a lot of people were saying Kaido's a poneglyph or whatever the fuck. So I think they were half right. I remember you gonna like it. You gonna like it. So I remember a while back, someone did a video. I want to say Tekken. Tekken keeps coming to my mind, but I think he did a video on basically how he thought the poneglyphs were made, and it wasn't the Wano people having some magical method to carve out this super hard substance. The Wano people just made a regular stone block, and then they had a process and turned that stone block into the poneglyph by infusing it with, I think is what they call iron liqueur, or whatever substance they have that makes it's some kind of periodic substance in the table that makes clouds and Skypea like you can walk on them, like whatever is
Yeah.
mixed in the clouds make them basically denser. So what if you can make a cloud that dense, how dense would a freaking stone block be? So I'm thinking that whatever process was used on the stone, maybe that's why Big Mom and Kaido are like the way they are. Like, Kaido was infused with whatever magic or whatever chemical was infused into the poneglyphs. And maybe you can't just be anybody and do it. You got to be Kaido, or you got to be Big Mom. Whatever happened to her, maybe she was an experiment too. What I'm saying is, like,
Big Mom and Kaido part poneglyph.
bruh,
Okay.
how wild would that be if that's right? But it's like, if you look at it, Big Mom and Kaido have been matched up next to each other and synonymous throughout the series. Big Mom is the mom. Kaido's obviously the dad. They run their crew differently, but in a way that kind of fits their motif. They're both Yonkos on the same crew. They know each other. They may have kids together. It's just like all these things are connecting these two. Like, we got Shanks being connected to Blackbeard, and we got Big Mom being connected to Kaido. So it's like, what if they're connected? Their connection just keeps running deeper and deeper the more we get into it. And maybe and you can even take away the Big Mom, being the same as Kaido. Like, what if that was just Kaido? Like, Kaido had that experiment. Like, it wasn't the immortal surgery. He isn't invincible just cause he's invincible, because he's part poneglyph. He's not like an actual poneglyph. He's just had the poneglyph surgery, you can call it.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. Like, it would make more sense than anything else I can think of right now, except for the Conqueror's hockey thing.
It's just hilarious hearing that Kaido is a poneglyph.
He's not a poneglyph. He's just has whatever treatment, he got treated like a poneglyph. He has the poneglyph power up.
Oh my god.
Yo, but
It's
think
just
about it.
wild to hear that.
And
But
he's in Wano where the
you should make a
poneglyphs are
video.
made.
You should make a video about that. I thought that would be interesting.
I might have to do that because, yeah, I'm about to do it before Z Boy takes another one of my ideas. This man was quick with it, right in midstream, but I respect
Yeah.
it because we went over a
Yeah.
lot of stuff today. You get any video ideas about anything?
I have a lot of video ideas that if I actually sit down and if I'll actually sit down and do it is another story.
I was procrastinated. I was procrastinated by not mistake, but like I was forced into it because I was legit. I recorded the whole video and I went over my audio again and it sounded okay coming from my computer. Then I sent it to
Yeah.
my phone and then I just kept hearing this echo. Like I hated the way it sounded. So I was in here for hours just trying to get the video right. And then I finally got this headphone thing. And then I start washing dishes and I'm like 15 minutes before, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do my stream. So I didn't get a chance to record my video because I basically was going to talk about Luffy and Kaido like as a whole. Just
Yeah.
that you know that Wano Kuni picture I showed you.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my thumbnail, and I
I'll
was gonna talk
picture
about
right
it and
away.
stuff. Yep, bro. Like when I started tinkering around in the stuff, I was blown away. I was like, I made this. Yeah, it was dope. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you actually liked it. Yeah, I was like, after I made this one for for like this background,
Yeah.
I was like, I could probably do better than that, and I just kept making stuff. So I think this is gonna be my thing. I'm just gonna make thumbnails as much as I can.
That's a good idea.
Because before I didn't really have. I don't even think I have any thumbnails except for like that one for Apex, and that's it. But this is my first one with an
Oh,
actual.
you never did thumbnails for your videos?
No, I pretty much because the way I did my videos, it was basically like this, and it was almost the thumbnail itself, like the way the picture looked. And I didn't really know how to make super cool ones like I do now. So I'm just like, yeah. I didn't know how to
Yeah.
blend pictures and stuff, so I just said fuck it.
The, I don't have time, so literally all the thumbnails I do is like super basic.
Yo
like
man.
like like I told you, like when I do my live reaction, it's like I got work that morning, so it's like I upload while I was uploading, I make a quick thumbnail, and I click publish, or it publishes as soon as it's done uploading. I'm like straight to bed while it's still uploading.
That's a tough life, man, but I feel it. Sometimes it gotta be like that. Yeah, if you need a thumbnail, just let me know.
Okay.
Heck yeah. It's fun. Like I didn't know it was gonna be this fun, but it's fun. But yeah, man. If there's any other topics you want to go over, let me know. We can go ahead and end the stream if you want.
No, I gotta go to bed, honestly. I gotta
Yeah,
work this morning.
I have kept you here for a minute. That was not my intention, but you know how we do when we get rolling.
That's fine. But don't forget though, Frank. I already set up the stream for tomorrow.
Hey,
Frankie Strengths and Mihawk Appreciations.
I'll get my material ready. Just let me know the time, and I will be there. I'll try to tweet as much as
So
I can about it.
I set it for 7:30 p.m. I think that's my time. Actually, I don't know.
If it's 7:30 your time, it'll be like 5 something my time. So
Yeah.
I'll be
But
good.
because for some reason I've set up live streams before on my thing, but then like I've fucked up the time. It hasn't been like
Oh yeah.
my time when I set it up. So, but hopefully this is what it is.
Probably gotta sync your YouTube to your time zone because I think when you do the stream and you set the time, like it'll have your time zone, and if it doesn't match what your time zone actually is, then you gotta change
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't actually know how to change it, but yeah, man,
So
that was a dope stream. I appreciate you coming on and talking with me, and not letting me just sit here and talk to myself.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah, had to make it
We
special.
gotta do this more because like I need. I feel like it's easier when I'm talking to someone else because
Oh,
if
definitely.
I'm
This is
yeah,
way
because
easier doing a video.
I'm not just gonna sit. I'm just so tired that I'm not just gonna sit down and then do videos. That's why if I ever do a video, here and there, like once every 6,000 years. It's
Uh,
always like so short.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wish I could just give you my zeal for making videos, cause it I have a problem making the video, like actually getting the motivation to do it. But once I do, I can't.
Yeah,
I'm having trouble keeping it, below 20 minutes.
yeah,
So it's like we should do some collab videos. Like we just do it together and we'll talk, and then like we'll both edit it, something like that. I think that'll be fire.
yeah. That would probably be better. Yeah.
Collab vids. Look forward to that in the future.
And I do have an idea for a stream on Wednesday too.
Oh man, lay it on me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, 7 days streaming in a row. I'm about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So
Yeah,
tomorrow is the Frankie Shanks and Mihawk appreciation stream,
hell yeah. Tweet about it as
and
soon as we done.
Wednesday, I want Wednesday to be like with me, you, and Mochi talking about Big Mom.
If this dude ever get in the stream, I invite him to this
Yeah.
one.
Cause I might give my shift away on Wednesday, honestly.
Hey man, if that works for you, I
Cause
will
I
be
feel
ready.
like Yeah, cause I feel like he might. I feel like for Mochi, he might be free in the day, so that would be perfect.
Hell yeah.
So
Well,
I'll ask him.
let me end the stream before you keep, elongating it, because I keep trying to stop
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
man, thanks everybody for coming through. We
Yeah.
gonna hit y'all up again, possibly with a collab video, and then yeah, peace out.